Are clowns scary? Fuck yeah, they are. What's going on, friends? Logan Myers here for Cinephellas.com. Tonight I'm going to be reviewing a film that was just finally released on Netflix. I've been waiting for this for some time. I'm talking about Damien Leone's new horror flick, Terrifier. So quick shout out to all my friends over at Killer Flicks on Facebook, the horror movie group that talks horror movies 24/7. They've been talking about Terrifier for some time. It's been in my queue, finally got around to watching it, and let me tell you, I had a good time with this film. So let's get to it, shall we? Terrifier is basically a spinoff of All Hallows Eve, focus on Art the Clown, played by David Howard Thornton, which is also a member of Killer Flicks, so shout out to him. Excellent actor. And essentially the setup is this maniac clown terrorizes a few girls on Halloween nights. Early on in the film, we see these two women. They're coming back from like a Halloween party or at a bar. They're all drunk. And they're going in the car, like, oh, we're too drunk, we can't drive, so let's go get something to eat. And that's when they come across Art the Clown, just standing there. He has like a garbage bag full of stuff that we don't really know what's in there. And he's just demented and very, very scary looking. And you see him off into the distance just staring at them. And he doesn't talk, so he's just sitting there and he's smiling and just looking sinister. And he like has a ring in his pocket and he pulls it out, puts it on the girl's fingers, and just like walks away to the bathroom. Like, what the fuck? And then like the one cliche drunk girl is like, whatever, you know, he's just a guy in Halloween. And the other one's like, you know, obviously knows what's going on, and she's like, no, this is not right, this guy's fucked up, we need to get the hell out of here. And there's a lot of horror cliches early on in this film. So with it being set up in this pizza place, I think this is out on the East Coast, probably New York, New Jersey, I'm not really sure. The pizza place, and Art the Clown does something very weird in the bathroom. He gets kicked out, and the pizza owners of the pizza place are like, get the fuck out of here, we don't want to see you again. It really sets up the story of everything that will take place throughout the rest of the film, and lots of blood and gore and guts and just over-the-top practical effects, which I really, really appreciated. So these two girls, Tara and Dawn, they get out of there, and that's when all the mayhem starts. One of them has to go to the bathroom. It's in this like old apartment, old warehouse, essentially, where most of the film takes place. She has to go to the bathroom, and things don't turn out as they originally planned. There's like an exterminator. He's spraying the place for rats, and he lets her in to go to the bathroom, and of course she doesn't make it back out. And with this apartment or warehouse, it's very dimly lit, it's gross, it's dirty. You know, he had this guy trying to clean out and get rid of all these rats. It gives you that feeling of uneasiness, and you know that something bad's gonna happen. So in this place, there's like a lady, a crazy lady. She has a kid, she calls her daughter, but it's just like a porcelain doll that she's like carrying around, and she's trying to talk to Tara, and she's like, get the fuck away from me. I'm like, I want to get the hell out of here. And within this place and the setting, it just gives you that eerie vibe of like a grindhouse film, a B horror flick of like the 70s and 80s. There's too many to name. You see that they pay homage to a lot of films of that era, a lot of great B films. It's setting up this atmosphere of once you're in here, it's going to be very hard to get out of, and you know a lot of people won't survive. But when Art the Clown comes into play, you know, he has just some eerie presence about him, the way that he delivers his character. There's so much comedy, but there's something just horrific about this character. You know, with other films with the clowns in it, you know, with like Rob Zombie films, or, you know, Pennywise from It. This is a different delivery. Another thing about this character, he doesn't talk. There's no dialogue whatsoever. And when he's fighting against these people, or he gets hit or stabbed or whatever, he doesn't talk, he doesn't scream. So throughout the second and the third act of the film, you know, these people inside of this building and Art just wreaking havoc on them. Anybody that comes in his way, you know, it's not going to end well. And it sets up a lot of great practical effects, great death scenes. I mean, there's one in particular with a girl upside down and something with a rusty saw. That's all I'm going to say, but it's fucking disgusting, and it's over the top blood and gore and guts, and one of my favorite parts of the film because it was so over the top. And one thing I really appreciated about this movie, with that being one, there's so many other great kills in this movie and great death scenes of like ripping off skin, or Art wearing skin of somebody and walking around and like showing off his new suit with like the hair and things like that, which also throws in a lot of comedy of this character because it's It's very frightening, but it's also funny at the same time. Said I didn't know much about this character or this film. I haven't seen All Hallows Eve yet, but it's on my list. I will get around to it. Not knowing much about this character, but just from the get-go of the film, being introduced to Art the Clown, like when he's putting on the outfit and the makeup, you know, it's something terrifying, hence the name Terrifier. So what this actor brought to this character, it was really outstanding. I really give him kudos in this role. Hopefully we'll get to see more of this character maybe in future sequels, more in the franchise. It would be really great. But he's definitely the new slasher icon. He's up there. The many greats, Michael Myers, Jason Voorhees, Freddy Krueger, Leatherface. He's the modern slasher icon. And eventually, hopefully, we get some like collectibles and action figures of this guy because he was awesome and the best part of this film. But with B-movie slasher, grindhouse films, the dialogue's not great. The dialogue is pretty cheesy. So many horror cliches, so many bad decisions, so many cliches, but I think that's what the director, Damien Leone, was kind of going for, paying homage to films of that era and being predictable at times and throwing in these cliches and making the audience pissed off, like, why would you do that? But there's a lot of great things like that in the movie. If you're a fan of this genre of filmmaking, if you're a fan of slasher films, grindhouse films, fans of the 70s and 80s, I think you guys will have a really great time with this. As being a huge horror movie fan, I went in with really not knowing much about this character, but I had a good time with it. Love the over-the-top practical effects, the blood and the gore, and obviously showing this Art the Clown, this terrifying clown being that's just a total maniac, and he will kill you if you look at him wrong. So I had a great time with it. I'm going to give Damien Leone's Terrifier a 3 out of 5 clown hair pieces. So have you guys seen Terrifier on Netflix? What did you like about it? What didn't you like about it? What do you think about Art the Clown? Let us know in the comments below, and as always, don't forget to hit subscribe. This is Logan Myers signing out from Art the Clown's basement. Hopefully it doesn't catch me with that damn rusty saw of his. Until next time, cheers!